Severe flood, storm, drought has taken millions of lives for as long as human history is concerned. And we, humans, are to blame. But why is that? In this video, I will explain why and what have been done to adapt to climate change, natural disasters, and what can we do to deal with the current situation. First, what is climate change and why does it affect humans? According to NASA, climate change refers to a long-term change in the average weather patterns that have come to define Earth's local, regional, and global climates. This is due to the increase of greenhouse gases in the Earth's atmosphere, which traps the sun's heat, thus changes the planet's climate. According to the United States Geological Survey, with increasing global surface temperatures, the possibility of more droughts and increased intensity of storms will likely occur. As more water vapor is evaporated into the atmosphere, it becomes fuel for more powerful storms. But why does the blame fall on humans? According to the United Nations, fossil fuels, coal, oil, and gas are by far the largest contributor to global climate change, accounting for over 75% of global greenhouse gas emissions and nearly 90% of all carbon dioxide emissions. People have been using fossil fuels for over 2 centuries, and the amount of fossil fuels used every year have not dropped once. With that being said, I believe it is safe to say that humans are responsible for climate change. This poses us to another question. What can we do about the current situation? First, let's talk about what have been done to deal with climate change and natural disaster in order to gain a clearer vision as to what we should do. Natural disaster adaptation in many countries involves the construction of physical infrastructure and improvements of the existing infrastructure, such as seawalls and drainage systems. EPA, the United States Environmental Protection Agency's work, is improving society's understanding of climate change and its impact on human health and the environment. In Vietnam, the government has been doing an exceptional job reducing disaster risk and adapting to climate change. Already in 2016, the Parliament in Hanoi had approved amendments to the law on environmental protection, introducing a chapter on climate change and the responsibility of implementing the Paris Agreement on climate. Regarding of my personal opinion, I'd say that the efforts made to adapt to climate change did not go to waste. Adaptation policies in many countries have successfully raised awarenesses on climate change and disaster risk. According to WMO, the World Meteorological Organization, the number of disasters for over the last 50 years has increased fivefold, but the number of deaths has fallen by 2/3, thanks to the improvements in natural disaster prediction. However, we cannot take declining disaster risk for granted. Dealing with climate change and disasters is not anyone's work alone. Each individual needs to understand that we are all responsible for our planet. Even the slightest change in our mindsets and behaviors can be the solution for climate change and natural disasters. So, what can we do? To answer that question, I've gathered some opinions on the matter.
First of all, I would like to say that we need to raise the awareness and advocating for sustainable practices within educational institutions and communities is crucial. This can involve organizing educational events, workshops, or campaigns to inform peers and the broader community about the impacts of the climate change and the importance of the environmental conservation. Actively engage in conversation efforts by promoting cycling, reducing waste, and incorporating sustainability into the personal lifestyle choices, and such as reducing energy consumption, using public transportation, or making environmentally conscious consumer choices.
In my opinion, while completely stopping climate change may not be entirely possible, we can still take some significant steps to mitigate its impacts and build a more resilient future. By transitioning to a low-carbon economy, protecting natural ecosystem, perhaps transitioning to renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and adapting to changing climate, we can work to reduce the severity of climate change and protect our planet.
I agree with the idea that completely eliminating climate change is impractical, but we have to do something to at least reduce its risk. My point is that you have to do something because each one of us is responsible for our planet, and being responsible for our planet, for the environment, is also being responsible for ourselves, for our own lives. Because when disasters strike, it's people that suffer. This is the end of my video. Thank you for listening.